Thank you so much, everyone. Our eyes are still on the Edo governorship race. Don't forget, it's one of the issues on the menu. We'll also be touching on the issues of the Buhari government's fight against insurgency in the country. But let's clear some of the issues on the table here with us on the Edo governorship race and some of the issues that have come up since the campaign has been flagged off in the state. Of course, we spoke earlier with Mr. Ndume, who is a member of the Edo APC, and we have joining us the Deputy Governor of Edo State, who is a running mate of the PDP governorship candidate, Godwin Obaseki, in the race. He will be speaking to us on the matter. So many issues have come up over and over again since this race started. Of course, the influence of the former governor and the former national chairman of the APC, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, has been a major talking point. What does it mean about some of the things he said before and what he is saying now? And of course, his influence and the pose as a man that some of the APC members like Mr. Ogbege says is a major factor in the politics of Edo State. The Deputy Governor, Philip Schreiber, will be joining us in a moment to discuss this. So, but then, let's see if we can go to our Maiduguri studio, where the chairman, Senate Committee on the Army, is standing by to talk to us, Senator Ali Ndume, on the issues of the war against insurgency in Nigeria, especially with the recent de-radicalization exercise of some Boko Haram members. It's good to see you, Senator Ali Ndume. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let's begin by asking you, there's been a lot of talk about the effort of the federal government. And we saw a video earlier shown of some of the people that are being that have taken part in the de-radicalization exercise. Let me get your view on that exercise. Over 600 of them in the last phase. I guess we're having troubles connecting to Senator Ali Ndume. We will get back to him in a moment, but let's take a break. But when we come back, of course, we'll get into full swing of some of the conversation that is on the table for us tonight, everyone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thank you so much, everyone. Apologies for some of the delays. So we just wanted to make sure that you enjoy the conversation that we'll be bringing to you. So let's rejoin Senator Ali Ndume. I understand now that he can hear us clear and loud now from our Maiduguri studio. Thank you so much, Senator Ali Ndume, for your time tonight. I wanted to get your reaction to the last batch of the men who were de-radicalized by the Nigerian military, about 600 of them. What's your reaction to it?
Well, my reaction is that of my people that I represent, that this is a very misplaced priority that is not supposed to happen now. It's okay to de-radicalize, but the timing is completely wrong. This is a situation where we still have over 1 million internally displaced persons in various camps and host communities, and then they are still dealing with the trauma of the insurgency, and the government is doing this Operation Safe Corridor, bringing in those people that are tortured, that killed, that maimed, and the memory is still fresh in our minds because our people are still displaced, and then you say you are bringing them back, pampering them, and giving them startup. I feel that is a misplaced priority. I have said it in various platforms, and that is the view of my people. In fact, almost all the people are against this program, especially the timing. Why don't you rehabilitate, resettle with the people that are dealing with the trauma in the various camps, and then give them startup packs to start their life in any part of the country? We have IDPs scattered all over the country. If the government is serious about a program like this, it should start with the victims first, not with the perpetrators. And honestly, I'm in Maiduguri, and the worst part of it is that those that have been so-called de-radicalized and released into the society, there is no monitoring device, one. Most of them that are back, I can give you an example of Dambua. One of them that was back came back to only to kill his father and take away his 2 cows and run away with it. And some of them that were returned to Dambua, after 2-3 days, they disappeared. And in fact, I learned reliably that even in the course of de-radicalization, they said they are not willing to come back and live with what they call the infidels, non-Muslims, and that is how they feel. So this program really needs to be looked into immediately. Otherwise, I'm gathering information from and position of my people, and we'll take the appropriate, even if it requires legal action, to stop this kind of thing. You don't do that. I understand it's IOM and the military that are doing this, because every program that you do is supposed to be for the people. I mean, there's nowhere, and then there's nowhere in our constitution that allows for that even. When you commit a crime and you are investigated and you are known to have committed any crime, then you should go to the court. It is court that will decide to free you or so. But honestly, this program is not what people want.
So with what we have seen today, because we understand that these are people who, some of them by themselves dropped their arms and surrendered to the states to say they want to be de-radicalized, because when the state said some of them should come forward and stop the insurgency, some of them came forward. But if you look at the norm within the realm of de-radicalization globally, is a preventive counterterrorism measure. In the case of Nigeria,
no,
what...
that is...
Go ahead, please.
That is why they got it wrong. You start by, first of all, the war is still going. Just at the time that these 600 were released, it was almost the same time that 5 NGO workers were summarily executed by the insurgents. Wherever you do the de-radicalization or whatever like this, it is after the war. It is after the war is over or people surrender. When you surrender, you keep them somewhere as prisoners of war. Then you profile them properly and then train them if you have to train them, which is okay. But you resettle the victims first before you settle the criminals or the perpetrators of the crime. How can you start by resettling the perpetrators of the crime? I always say it. It means this is a kind of encouragement for our youth, teeming youths out there that don't have anything to do. You are saying, join Boko Haram and then come back to repent. If you come out and repent, you get a job or you get a start-off pack to start your life. That is completely unacceptable. I have said it several times. That is the position of our people. Well, I am saying that, yes, if people want to surrender, it's okay to surrender. They should have a place and keep them until the IDPs are resettled. After resettling the IDPs, then you can bring them in and reconcile them with the people. Then you can integrate them into the society. But this approach, I'm telling you, is wrong. It's not acceptable. It's not in favor of our people. Our people are against it. It's, in fact, against humanity. And they are talking about IOM and international world practice. What is our concern with international world practice if it is not in favor of our people? The Constitution of Nigeria is supreme. What they are talking about is, okay, why don't you go to the prison now? They are training people in the prison. Why don't you release the prisoners in the prison? These are people that commit some crimes, small crimes, stealing, robbery. But these are people that kill people consciously. These are people that kill people consciously. If they are de-radicalized, let them keep kept out. Let them be with the army. Let them provide information to the army as to where the others are, so that they serve as informers, but not to just bring them back to the society. So I am telling you that this is not my view. It's the view of our people.
Senator Ndume, some of these young men that you're seeing on TV right now, you do not trust that they are genuinely de-radicalized. Is that what you're saying?
They are not, because If I ask those that release them to recall them tomorrow and let them come back to Gombe, where they are, I don't think they will have 50% of them.
Let me tell you one, give you a few information
you see,
about what the military said.
It is true that some of them were conscribed on, not against their will into the program. Sort them out and keep them somewhere until you resettle the victims. That's my position. The prisoners of war from Iran that were taken to America, they are being housed in Guantanamo Bay. Up to now, they are still there and they are being profiled. The innocent ones are being released and then cleared and then sent back to their countries. And then those that are, so to say, de-radicalized are also sent back to their country, to their government, but not to bring in 600 people and then release them into the society just like that, without talking to the society, without talking to the victims, without asking their opinion. Even they themselves. Like in, I gave you an example of somebody in Damboa. Another example is in Borno, Maiduguri right now, in a ward called Shehuri South. A victim, one of those executed by ISWAP recently, is from that area. And then they recently released one notorious killer in that area too. That is Borno South. The people rejected. And I think the security agencies had to take it in.
Senator, let me quickly give you this information.
Yeah.
The military said that they have taken their DNA samples, they were collected, their biometrics were also captured onto the national database, and that they are also being tracked. Is that enough as a system of monitoring some of these people, there's 600 of them that have been de-radicalized?
What is the hurry now? In the Nigerian prisons all over the world, in Nigeria, don't we have over 600 people in even one of the prisons? Keep these people somewhere, reintegrate, resettle the victims first before you talk about bring in the people that have surrendered. And then you bring them, you reconcile them with the victims. This thing cannot happen without reconciliation. You cannot come, kill my father. Look, I give you an example. In Goza, my local government, they took at one day over 75 people that are above the age of 60 and took them to an abattoir and slaughtered all of them innocently. These are even Almajiris that were there, they cannot go anywhere. And then you bring these people and you say you are taking them to Goza, for example. We will not accept it. Let me be very clear about that.
Senator,
and the government, this government is government. Wait now, this government is government of the people, for the people, and it's supposed to be by the people. The military cannot tell us just like that they have taken DNA. Why don't they keep them in the military? Or why don't even, if they truly, these are fighters, take them in to fight the Boko Haram?
So, Senator,
let the soldiers recruit them or serve them as informants or somewhere.
How would you, because recently on the floor of the Senate, there was a debate over the position of the service chiefs. And some of your colleagues are asking that the service chiefs be sacked by the president. Do you hold that view?
Well, you see, this is the problem, Sheung. Every time discussion is being held on very critical and important matter of urgent national importance, people go to personalities. I don't believe in that. I believe on discussing this idea and the issue, not the personalities involved. And that is my take on that. I have been consistently, they try to drag me into this argument. I don't believe it. I don't care who is the chief of army staff. After all, the president is the commander-in-chief. Now, are you saying that the commander-in-chief should go or what? Now, let's get this clear, that we have a problem at hand. We are discussing this issue of the so-called de-radicalization. And what pains me most, this is just an international, they want to copy international standard. This thing has nothing to do with international standard. This is a peculiar Nigerian problem. If it is a peculiar Nigerian problem, that children that believe in indoctrinated into one crazy idea, and they kill people, So when they surrender and they discover that what they are doing is wrong, then you bring them out, keep them somewhere. After some time, that is after you have resettled the victims and after you have rehabilitated the victims. So many victims. We have over 60,000 orphans that these boys orphaned as a result of their activities. They killed their parents. I heard one woman crying in the morning when on a program that they came and killed her husband and left her with 4 children, and nobody is taking care of them. And then the same people who come back are pampered by the government to come and stay with them. Is that fair?
Senator Ali Ndume, Chairman, Senate Committee on the Army. Thank you so much, Senator, for your time tonight.
Thank you.
We'll take another break, and when we come back, we'll take you back to Edo State and some of the conversation on the governorship election of the September 19th. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.